Good evening, Adam.
Good afternoon. Over on this side of the pond.
Good afternoon. Oh, nice to see you. So nice to see
Same
you.
here.
How's your day? How's the weather outside in Canada?
It's funny, people, when you ask them that, they always look out to the window. So it's gray. It's been overcast for a few days. So,
It's
it's one of
dark.
those. It's those types of days where you don't really want to get out of bed, but you do because you got stuff to do. So otherwise, you don't get to ring the bell. So you got to get out of bed.
Autumn is coming.
Autumn's coming. It's starting to feel a little cooler. I like it. I think it's the perfect weather for walks and stuff. But I like autumn. I think it's a great time of year. So I enjoy it. It's not too hot. It's not like 35, 36. So I'm happy with that.
There is that feeling that outside the economy is starting back again. Yes. Have you got that?
I don't know about that. I mean, it depends. Companies that I've been doing some work for are still cutting back and they're still cutting costs, and they're trying to combine software packages that they use, and they're cutting down. Staff-wise, no cuts
Okay.
really, but I've been working with a few different companies back and forth on some stuff. So I don't know about the economy. I think that there's still lots of people complaining up here about food prices and things like that. So I don't know.
How
Housing
the
market's still high.
okay? And how are the domain business? How is the domain
For
business?
for me, it's been good. I think I mentioned on the last show that I picked up that name again that had dropped 3 times, and they bought
You
it off
did
me three
mention that
times.
you are almost there. Yes.
Yeah, it's done. They did buy it, so
Can you
it
share the
was
name
just a
now,
drop.
please?
Yeah, I can. It's wisecracks.ca.
Wise. Okay, Wisecracks.
It's
Yes.
I originally had it years and years ago, probably about, I don't know, 10, 12, 13 years ago, and they've dropped it 3 times, and 3 times they've bought it back. So it's always interesting to back order the domains that you sell, so you have a shot at getting them later on if you actually want them. Plus, it's a good generic word, wisecracks, jokes, stuff like that. So all good.
And now, any day soon, you can expect the usual email and say, "Hey, Adam, it's again us."
No, I don't think so. I think that I made it clear this time. I tried to avoid posting too much, and I didn't do anything about it. Just let it go through the standard buy domains channel.
Yes.
So I stayed away from it. But I've got a lot of others. Obviously, I've been keeping myself busy. I'm working on another sale now for in-house counsel. .ca, and there's a few of them. The market is definitely, it always picks up at this time of year for some
Yes.
reason. If you have good saleable names, this is a good time of year. But if you have junk, it's always going to be a bad time of year. So I find that between now and Christmas, companies are using their budgets. People are using their budgets. I mean, I just saw a domain sale that went through yesterday or this week called, I think it's break.com, and it
Okay.
doesn't even,
Nice.
they paid 360,000 or something for it. But all it is, if you want more Twitter followers or Facebook followers, you go and you buy them. But I don't know how that relates to break or something like that.
Really?
But yeah.
So there are, of course, there are businesses. We know that there are businesses that sell social following.
Yeah, lots of them.
Yes.
Lots of them.
And wow,
I
break.com.
honestly, I've used them in the past to highlight posts and things like that for people like myself and companies, and it does work, but not to go and add like 100,000 followers. That's ridiculous. But to bump up a post and get some momentum going on a post, it's not a bad idea once in a while.
Okay. Is that a two-letter deal finished, finalized?
I don't know which one because I have 3 in the go right now.
Whoa,
So
whoa, whoa.
no, it's good though. It's good. There's 3 in the go. One of them probably is finished. I don't know which one is. I guess I'll save it for the next show, and then I'll give you all
Seda
3.
one. The Seda one.
SATA one is still, that one is still going on, but another one has closed, and there's another one going on. So sometimes my wife says to me, "Which domain is at SATA? Do you remember?" Even though it's like $250,000, I have to look through the email because I get mixed up with all of them. But no, I've got a couple good ones going through, and I'm quite happy with that. And I'm going to keep investing in them.
So 3 two-letter domain deals. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if they're
All .ca ones.
all .ca. They may probably not all going to close because nothing always closes, but at least 1 or 2 of them I know will close. One's already closed, so we'll see how that goes. And then I'm trying to buy some other ones. So it's always
Wait.
interesting.
And where do you buy two-letters.cas at the moment?
Honestly, sometimes I just go to Sato, depending on what my mood is like, or buy domains, or I search two-letter.cas for sale in Google,
Yes.
and I find them, and then I go, or I do what I'll take all the two-letter domains, 676, run them through the Whois domain index analyzer. I'll see which ones are registered in bulk, and then I know those are domainers, and I stay away from those. And the ones that are singly owned, then I may go after some of them. And a lot of them, I did this with somebody else on another extension, and a lot of them forward off to other domain names. They're not even using the two-letter domain names as their main site. They forward off to, like, I don't know, adamdaniels.com or something for ad. Whatever it is. So there's lots of room to find them. They're out there, and people need money more and more now. So I think it's pretty good. I'll never give up on those 2 and 3 letter ones, 2 letters especially.
And what are the market prices for two-letter.cas now?
You know, they're like anything. You get your greedy domainers who think they're worth like me, 250,000.
Like us. Yep.
Like me, yeah. And then you have other people who will sell them with crappy letters for 6 to 8K. They used to be even cheaper, and now they're around probably 8 plus. And I think there's one on Sato for like 6 or something like that. But they're always out there. But the problem is, if you don't know the companies who are potential to go after them, like with all 3 of these, I've gone after the companies, including one that I'm working on right now, which is an interesting sale. I'm trying to sell guides.ca to girlguides.ca.
Yes.
Because they need to rebrand for inclusivity and all that stuff. Boy Scouts rebranded to scouts.ca, so Girl Guides should follow suit. So I've sent a couple letters off, and I'm talking to them, and we'll see where it goes. But stuff like that, if it's got a specific brand, especially with today's inclusivity everywhere, in schools especially here, it's really strong. So I think they should rebrand to Guides. Whether I owned it or not, I think they should rebrand to Guides, because they have to be inclusive.
So good evening, good afternoon, probably not really good morning, except if you are watching a replay. If you are watching it live, please send a message to our Sam Charles. He's probably getting late. Maybe he's missed it. Yes, he said that he will join us, and we need your help. If you do know Sam Charles, just message him. Hey, Sammy, you are late. And of course, and if you are here for the first time, good evening. My name is Helmuts Meskonis. I'm the owner of HostMaria, and here we have Adam Dicker, Mr. Adam Dicker from Canada. He's a professional domain name investor, and we are talking about all things domain names.
Yep. That's true.
Adam, so I'm really curious about all those two-letter domain names. So 3 deals, are all of them the result of outreaching the companies?
Yeah, it's the same thing as with guides. They're all outreach. If I sit and wait, I could be waiting forever, and companies don't even know that they're available.
No inbound sales at all.
Not from those 3, and not from Guides. Guides is also outbound. So I mean, anything that you're gonna put time into and you get, it's gonna be outbound. Almost any domain name that you're going to try to sell is going to be outbound, or you're just going to be at the mercy of whoever comes by and visits the page.
And time-wise, how much time do you put into the?
It's hard with bigger companies.
6-7 hours a day or something like that.
Into the 3-letter.
No.
Deals?
Into searching the users, into searching the end buyers.
I would say at least you put in 8 to 16 hours, because it depends what it is. If it's ML and it's Merrill Lynch, then it's pretty easy to figure out and target. If it was like PW for Price Waterhouse, it's easier to target. If there's only like 3 or 4 companies, you're actually better off if you've got 6 or 7 companies that it go to, and then you can email all the marketing departments all at once and just say, hey, look, here are the companies that I'm sending this off to. First one to gets it owns it. There's only ever going to be one of these 2-letter.cas. So if you want ML for Merrill Lynch, or you want somebody else to have it, that's how I sold LQ.ca to La Quinta Hotels, because I thought it could be also. And then I've worked on a couple others, but you have to do outbound, especially for the higher end domain names. The people that work for those companies don't understand domain names. They don't understand that if it's taken, it's available for purchase. They just don't get it until somebody says, and then a flash bulb goes off and it says, "Oh, you mean it's available?" And you go, "Yeah, it's available."
Yeah.
So people don't realize it. They go to GoDaddy, they search for it, it says unavailable, go pick something else, and that's what they do. So of course you have to tell them it's available. If you have something for sale now, Helmuts, and I don't know what it is, how can I buy it? How can I even know what to
Absolutely.
ask for? So you
Yes.
need to make sure that you.
All the people are busy. All the people are busy. The time is one resource that we are short of all the time, and then looking for a better domain name quite often is not really the case.
Well, and it's a huge trend of selling domains to companies that are trying to shrink down their domain names. I would say that a good portion of the good sales that we see, over $100,000 and plus, are companies that had bigger names, like something, I don't know, Meskonis Ventures, and now they want to be known as Meskonis or something. So who knows? That's just the best way that it happens. There's a lot of shortening going on. So
And Adam, you have been buying 2-letter and 3-letter domain names into different CCTL into different country extensions.
yes. Yeah.
Can you name these countries, please? The main ones.
The first one that sold was a joke. I bought it and I didn't even know it was .ag, and that one sold. I don't know what it
Okay.
was, but that one was an early one that sold. I do like the VC ones because I think the VC stuff is taking off. I
Yes.
think that for venture capitalism, I think companies want it, and that's how they drop off. They shorten their domain name to something .vc. They don't need venture capital in their name. I've been doing. Let's see, what else have I been doing? co.uk's. CAs. There's a lot of them. I have to take a look. Actually, I have my Dan thing open so I can take a
Okay.
quick look now. But people always ask which ones are the most valuable ones, and depending on the time of year, the trend, I would always say that a different domain name has more value than others. One of the ones that I think is going to have huge value to me is podcast.ca. So I think podcasts.ca, eventually, everything's a podcast now, is going to be, some big company is going to have to buy it. So let me see. I'm buying probably about 10 to 12 or 15 different 2-letter domain names, and it includes still the GLs and the ones that we got, the KEs and some other stuff. And
Okay.
there's quite a few other ones. But I mean, I'll go after anything where it's got traffic, where I can tell the population is growing and they're very internet savvy. It's worth the investment, because if you sell one, it's a really good deal.
Oh yes, the case. That is on my list. I'm really stuck with Maria Coin and doing the development here and there. And the Kenyan company is established and just stopped at some point. That is.
Yeah.
How do you manage to find time for everything? You do some development as well.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to be launching a new nichewebsites.com, a really good site that's going to have like 500
Wow.
different templates for all the local businesses.
Nichewebsites.com.
Yeah, I'm going to launch it next week or this week, and I'm really looking for. Sometimes I'm excited about a site because I know it's going to do well. This one is really going to do well because it's got a ton of traffic and it's got what people are looking for. So I'm happy about that one. But yeah, you know what? I find that at the end of the day, at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock or whatever it is, I just have to cut myself off and say that's it. I just can't continue because there's another day. But I mean, there's just the stuff that you try to do in your daytime. Again, get all the revenue stuff first done, and then after that, you're just trying to build sites or do things or outbound market or whatever you do. But you only have so much time in the day, and I don't want to work 24/7. Although, I mean, it'd probably be good for me to do, not physically, but I mean, I'd sell more. But you can't. You have to just find time to have that balance, or you're going to kill yourself. You're going to tire yourself out. So wherever I am at 6 or 7 or whenever it is, I decide dinner time. That's it. I don't go back unless I have a crash. If there's a server crash, I took my daughter out for dinner last night and I had a server issue. So I came home 15 minutes later. I fixed it, but it had to get done. That's the only time I'm coming back lately, or if I'm in the middle of a deal or something like that. You have to balance the schedule. Otherwise, there'll be no rest and no enjoyment. My wife says to me all the time, what's the point in amassing all these little diamonds if you're not going to sell and enjoy some of it now? And she's right. When am I going to enjoy it? In the afterlife? No, I don't think so. So might as well start selling and having fun now.
How do you follow the expiry of your domain names?
So
go.
that's an interesting one.
Here you go.
It's easier when they're in multiple registrars, but to tell you the truth, I still sit down and I go through every month. Every month or every 3 months. Sometimes I'll go through, because sometimes I have more domains expiring in a different month than another month, and I know that. But sometimes I'll do 3 months and I'll go through them all and see which ones, and I do filter them out. Like I'm starting to drop some that I decided that either didn't have traffic or I don't have the time to use. I'm not going to develop them all out. So I am starting to drop some, but I'm not dropping anything like the big ones, like anything that has like I've got poems.ca I could do a site on. I mean, that could get a ton of traffic.
Poems.ca.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
So I bought that years ago because poems.com was such a huge site and it had so much traffic. So I bought that. There's just a lot of them that I'm just not going to have the time to build content or businesses. And even with Jasper, I can't do it all. So there's just, you just got to find time. And if you don't prioritize and do one project like I've done with niche websites, it's almost impossible to get a foothold. And that's one of the biggest problems, is that you can't do 10 projects at once or they all turn out shitty. So
absolutely. And what about the niche websites? Before we jump, Joe has put an interesting comment, but we'll pull it up. So what about niche websites? So what is the main idea behind them?
So the main idea is it's going to be like for like quick sites for like plumbers, electricians, locksmiths, and about 350 other different niches where it's going to be like, I don't know, driveway, whatever they do, driveway, dentists, doctors, chiropractors, all the usual services. But the difference is I'm going to have pre-made sites set up with their addresses and with their information on it. And I'm going to be using tools to find people that are, let's say, locksmiths that don't have a website, and say, boom, $4.99, here you go. And then they immediately have a presence, they've got an email, and then I can upsell them on SEO and other stuff as we go. And it's all automated. So the thing is, I've automated it, so I don't have to do any. I can get rid of the teams that I've had that have been operating either offshore or whatever, and as middlemen, and I can actually let the site auto run itself and just pay attention to what everybody's doing.
So you are saying templates. Does it mean that a person is buying just the design, or what are they buying?
So they're buying the whole. Yeah, they're gonna. Well, I can sell them a domain name. That wasn't even my primary. My primary was go after somebody like Scott's Locksmith who doesn't have a site.
Yes.
And say, here's a site. Here's your address. Here's your name. Here's your information. If you want it, it's $4.99. And then I've got a whole set of swipes that I've set up of emails that will get them more interested in having it. So there's different swipes for people that don't have a website, people that do have a website but just want leads, and then people that have a website but could use an improvement on it. Whereas I'm literally extracting these people by the boatloads and marketing outbound to them the same as I would be to, like, I'll hit all the locksmiths in Miami. I'll hit all the pest control in Orlando. I'll hit anything that I want anywhere, and HVAC in Ottawa, and so on.
And then, so a locksmith doesn't understand much of the website. So he goes there, he says, okay, $4.99. And then what does he do? He presses buy button, enters card number, and what after that?
So after that, it takes him to a page of videos that give him full instructions on what he can do to get it working and how to see all the next steps. And we can either guide him through it and walk him through the whole process, or he can do it himself, depending on what his knowledge is. But the videos are all step by step. I mean, yes, people can always pay for something. If I don't want to do my lawn because I'm lazy or I don't want to cut my foot off, I can always hire somebody to go out and do my lawn. Same thing with the website. If they don't want to host it, but this includes hosting and everything. So it includes hosting the site, everything, and it'll match up with their Yellow Pages listing, their Google listing, and they'll actually have a way to be contacted where we can text message them directly to their phone with leads.
So all they need is just the domain name, and then you will take care of the rest. Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Hello, Sam.
How's it
You
going?
look really tanned.
Yeah, he looks nice. Looks relaxed.
Have you discovered some secrets of Mr. Trump?
It's that miracle water he's drinking. That miracle water he's drinking.
Well, I've got a very professional camera now.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a proper DSLR on a tripod, so it's pushing out a decent image. But rather than the laptop, so I'm just trying to get more professional. if that's what they call it.
Sam, very nice seeing you.
Yeah, nice to see you. What's been going on? You've been busy doing other things. Oh, sorry, I forget you're not into domains like us.
Yes, I'm trying. Actually, that's true. I'm trying to be, but I'm not. So sad that I'm not doing any outreach. Then, so Adam is saying that he's got 3 2-letter domain names in process.
In the works.
Yes, in the works. Wow.
Yeah, inquiries are really strong from my end.
Yeah.
So the domain market is back.
Yeah,
Yes, Sam.
yeah. It's busy. People got money. You know, so and I don't even want to sell these domains. So, well, the ones they want are the ones that are not really ones I want to sell. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So
what you are saying, they don't want the shitty ones. They want the best names.
They always want the best names.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, but everything has a price. It just depends if
it's like everything does have a price, and
they're too low, though, I guess.
Yeah, I've got one at the moment. It's priced at $500,000, and they said we need to talk to you, and I'm like, well, it's priced at $500,000. Do you want to buy it? Yes or no?
Yeah.
But yeah, I will talk to them. You know, so.
Yeah, that's usually when a lawyer will reach out instead of the actual company, probably.
And then I'll get a DRS, you know. And
Hopefully not.
I've got one of those at the moment, but that's just.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got a DRS for a name that it's a rubbish name. It's just got very good links. The guy was emailing me and threatening me and saying, "Give me the domain back now. Release it to me. I want it now. I'm not paying anything." And I said, "Go ahead with the DRS," because he was threatening with DRS, and he was like, "Oh, I'll get lawyers involved." I said, "Get lawyers involved. Get everyone involved." You know what I mean? Look, I've been through this so many times.
You should have recommended like a buddy of yours who's a domain lawyer, so you get a kickback too.
Yeah, I've got a guy I know very well that's a lawyer and can deal with it, but I only use him for decent domains, not for like names that I don't even really care about. But I always fight the cases because I don't like to. I call it when people do this, they're trying to reverse hijack my domain name, and I don't like it because that's what they're using. They're abusing the system, which is the DRS system. Anyone can do it, you know.
And what's the domain name?
I can't even pronounce it. It's that bad.
Go on, look it up.
Let's have a look.
While you're doing that, I was looking at the last time I was sued for a domain name, and it's like a long time ago.
Right, I've got
it's 2007.
Oh God, should I paste it because it's so rubbish? Can I paste it in the chat?
Sure.
Yes, in the private chat, please.
It's in the private chat. Oh, I'm not on the stream then.
And I will put on the screen in a second.
Yeah, there you go. It's an SEO domain basically, so it's a link name.
Paste.
And that's not the $500,000 one.
No, imagine.
It's gonna say sell.
What is that?
Camera Club. Penryn.
.org.uk.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to know something really funny?
Sure.
Org.uk's don't really sell, yeah. I haven't sold one for donkey's years. I picked up, another domain that had sam.org.uk, and I was watching it, and I was like, I really want this. I don't know why I want it, but it was dropping, I think, 2 years ago, and I thought, I want to catch this. So he held it. He didn't do anything with it. He dropped it. I caught it. Oh, I've got it now. I don't have any use for it. It's at org.uk. I've got samcharles.com. I've got samcharles.co.uk. I've got samc.co.uk. I've got all the names I really need for my brand, my name. So I put it for sale. Put it on Dan. Didn't get any thingy. And the other day, it sold for £1,000. So I was quite lucky with that. Bang, there you go.
It's very good. So when Sam was talking about the last name being sued or whatever it was on our UDRP, I just looked up the name that I had. And the last time what happened was I found out that the company that sued me for pig.com just got sued themselves for pig.com, and it's a
Really?
junk lawsuit. So I was just looking at it and I was like, oh, that's funny. But it was 2007 that I was last. I've only ever been UDRP'd for 2 names, and both of them I won. But the last one was 2007, which has been a long time.
Yeah.
And now some girl is suing them, Janisa Angeles, for pig.com. So interesting.
Okay, here you go, karma.
Apparently she owns newpig.com or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay, and she wants the short version.
Yeah, of course she does. Well, who wouldn't? But anyway, that's funny.
Sam, have you sold anything else apart from some org.uk? Nothing.
No.
No?
Nothing else. Nothing else.
He should not play poker, no?
No.
Look at this happy face.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing I'm going to talk about at the moment.
Okay, was it good?
Okay.
But I did acquire a good domain name, and I want to see if Adam can value it
Sure.
or guess.
Oh, super. I'm ready.
Okay.
Don't guess how much I paid because I didn't pay anything because it was part of the deal.
So you want it evaluated. That's it, right?
The selfiestick.com.
The selfie stick?
No, selfiestick.com.
Without the.
You're talking about to sell it or to buy it?
So if you were to sell it today, because obviously,
Okay. Is there a trademark on selfie stick right now?
I don't know.
Oh, that would be a big indication. Let me go just check. We can talk about something else. Trade, because that would change it. But generally, a product domain will always sell for good money. Just checking in the trademark database.
Well, just to give you examples, I think selfiesticks.com sold for about 30 grand in 2015, I think it was.
Yeah, well, this one's better.
Yeah.
This one's better for a lot of reasons. So I'm just looking up live trademarks. Yeah, it's just the original selfie sticks. Now there's some variations, but I'm sure if you have a product on. So I would say if you're going to sell it, selfie stick, I would say it's at least 100 to 125K to sell. Anywhere between 75 to 125 to sell. Because it's a product and it's a brand. Any company can put their logo on it and brand it and
So if
sell.
it was you, would you personally sell it, or would you try and develop it and sell something?
Because it's you and I know that you've got lots of other domain names, if I bought it or got it for very little, I would sell it.
Right, yeah, but
Because you're not going to have time to develop all of them. So what makes you think you have time to develop a whole brand?
It's nice to get someone else's opinion. That's all it is. I mean, it's
no, it's a good domain name. Clearly, everybody's using them. Everybody needs them. It's simply put, our arms aren't long enough.
Yeah, they're because I know there was a massive craze for them at one point, but I know for a fact they're very popular now with everyone, vloggers, YouTubers, everyone.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, that's never going to change. I mean, a timer on a phone camera is not going to help. People want the selfie stick. They want to hold it right away, and it's always going to be popular.
Well, timer does help, but you need to make your hand longer.
Yeah.
If you want to
I've seen my son put his phone down on the table and run into the picture a few times, and we end up getting him running in. So I'd rather have the selfie stick.
Yeah.
So it's a really good product name. I think that it's definitely going to be like a $1.25 kind of name.
Cool.
Because companies are going to want that.
Here's a comment from Joe. Joe says she received an email this week from GoDaddy saying that all her domains are now private and are not showing her contact details.
Does she want that? Jill, do you want Joe? Do you want that, or did you ask for that? Or I tend to leave all of my names public. Who is if I want to sell them? If there are names I want to keep or I want lawyers to contact me and negotiate directly, I'll put them under private. But the thing is, they can get you through any of the park pages anyway if they're all parked with a name. But I don't see the point of marking them all private if you want to sell them.
Joe, the question, is it about .co.uk domain names or is it about .com? as Sam. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But all the .co.uk, basically the .uk zone, are all should not display the owner's information.
Yeah.
You
Obviously, if
cannot
you're
go to nominates who is and pull up a lot of information on the
a
domain
lot
owner.
of the registrars will hide it now. Unless you're a registrar yourself, I can open it up and allow everyone to see my details, which I do. You can't. A lot of companies will hide it, but there might be an option to, in some registrars, to unclick it to basically to show you who is. But I think Joe's talking about all of her names, meaning I think the majority of her names are .coms. So
We'll see. I have actually on today's list. I've got a couple of good names. I think Joe may be interested in. Why do I keep saying Jill? So we'll see. But no, I CA names have been private for like 5 years already. I think they've all been private, default private, and you have the option to make them not private. So it's been like that for a while. Sarah did that.
And how do you make sure that you are findable?
I just go in and for names that I want to be findable on, I just do a bulk edit and I change it so that who is public.
Okay.
Joe's responding again.
Okay, she's saying I didn't ask for it. I wanted public so people can contact me. They just did it. Okay.
yeah, GDPR though, isn't it?
They agreed to it. Okay. Your domains with privacy protection at no additional cost. Yes. Your name and address will be hidden from public here. Okay. Now it is time for you guys to check your GoDaddy domain names. Yes.
I think
I think I only have a couple hundred there, so I'm not too worried. But who knows?
Okay, Adam, shall we go through the list, please?
Yeah, let's look at names that are available to register right now. So right now, you guys can type them in. Some of them are good, some of them are so-so, and you'll have to decide if they're good. The first one I think is good, broadbandtelephones.com. Broadbandtelephones.com, available for registration. Building valuations, like buildings valuations. If you're an appraiser, that's probably good for you. Pitching products, if you're the pitch man for products, pitchingproducts.com. Okay. If you want to if you want a niche where you're selling gifts for judges, this one is good. Gavelgifts.com. Gavelgifts.com.
Gavel gifts.
Then there's another one. I'm not sure I like it, but it may mean something more in the UK. Defense Addy, ATTY, for defense attorney. It sounds too Mickey Mouse. Ticketprograms.com. Urbanghostwriters.com. Advocacyplan.com. Objection training for sales. Objection training.
Okay.
Bird Softwares with an S. I don't like the S, but lots of people look for Bird Software because there's tons of bird enthusiasts out there. Call companies, if you want to do outbound. Bonded shipments, not bad. And then if you want to start a company for wills, willprogram.com is available.
That's a good one. Okay.
And then just like this, if you want a webcaminterview.com, webcaminterview.com is available. If you want a job going in and organizing somebody's warehouse, organizewarehouse.com is available. If you're a paralegal and you want to travel, travelingparalegal.com is there. Wellness gummy. So a gummy that will help your health. This one is interesting because I didn't realize how popular it was. Roundblankets.com. Round blankets.
That's interesting.
I didn't know this was a thing till I looked at it. The next one is an expensive machine, brochure folders. So it auto folds the brochure, brochurefolders.com. Yes. And then if you feel like pain, you can waxyourself.com.
Wax yourself.
This one I had to think about because all jewelry is wearable, but wearabljewelry.com, it could be something to do with smart jewelry later on down the road. Wearable jewelry. If you have too many bikes in your garage and you need space, bicyclehangers.com. It's a good one product hook, I think. This one's good for you, Helmuts, if you're sleeping in the office, officebeds.com.
Officebeds.com, okay.
Then there's speakeramp.com, speakeramp. This one probably for Jill, so get ready to type, Jill. Astrologybeads.com. Then this one's interesting if you want to do calls over the phone and help people with their problems. Psychiatryconsults.com. Psychiatryconsults.com. This one is from like about 10, 15 years ago. SueDoctors.com. It just dropped.
Oh.
And here's another one. The last one is virtualwillmaker.com. Virtual Will Maker. Make it online.
Yes.
And there you go. So there's
These
some
are
decent
all-
ones in there. Some decent ones. I mean, I think I like the brochure folder. Round Blankets has a huge audience if you can set up an affiliate site, and webcam interview. Well, that's what all these interviews are.
Webcam interview is a good one, yes. And Round Blankets.
Well, Will program's okay.
Yes.
Ticket program's not bad. And brandable gavel gifts, I think, is okay. But broadband telephone is good because that's just VoIP. So.
Yes, that is an alternative name for the VoIP. Yes, that's good.
And I sold voiceoverip.com years ago. I remember that one. I thought it was going to be so big and it took forever, and then they just changed it to VoIP and I got screwed. But I did sell it. It's one of those I have to go look and see what it is now.
Did you get a good price for it?
At the time, yeah. At the time, and probably it's just who knows what it is now. Oh no, it's a voice over IP company.
Okay.
Oh, it actually looks good.
Well, voice over IP are getting, better and better.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's crystal clear now. It's like you're in the same room.
Yes, that market is. Sam, do you use VoIP telephones as well, or
No.
not really?
I just use mobile phone.
Just one mobile phone? 2, 3?
No, just one.
Just one.
As you mean your cell phone, right? Your mobile phone.
Yeah, just use mobile. But I've got a couple of London numbers which just go to answer phone.
Oh yes, you have this fancy Gloucester Road address. I did see it.
I've got this woman that goes, "Welcome, welcome to Wizard Domain. Leave your message after the tone." No, I just have that because what it does is it takes the message, then it puts it on, sends it on voice file, and it sends to you via email.
I will say that voiceoverip.com, the site is somewhat impressive, but it's a basic WordPress site, and they forgot to change out the fave icon, which looks very amateurish. It's got the WordPress logo as a fave icon, so that's the first thing you have to change. So I can't imagine they're doing too well with that.
Favicons. Or they just don't care. Although that website should sell.
It should. It had a lot of traffic at the time, so I'm sure it sells.
Adam, can we go through the past sales?
Yes.
Do you have a list of past sales?
I do, and I can tell you that there was nothing really spectacular. The only one, the top one, which sounds like a domain or a company who fixes broken phones, dropped.com. That'd be a great name for a company that fixes broken phones. Drop.com, 65K is the top sale in the last couple of weeks. That's not much. After that is Remote Wellness at 55. Okay. And then a name that I think sold too cheap, editing.com, 46K. Too cheap.
Wow, that is cheap.
Too cheap for that. I mean, that's a whole. I mean, you could do subdomains, film editing, video editing.
How much is it?
46K on Sato.
$46,000 US, yeah?
Yeah, that's what it sold for.
Pretty cheap.
Yeah, I think so. That should be more of a 200K plus name.
Two of them.
I mean, the next one is card grading. There's an EU, a 3-letter.EU SCP for £27,000.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Which, by the way, because of the dollar, equals almost 27,000 US dollars. No big difference anymore.
And pounds, and actually the price is in pounds.
Yeah, but it's showing it's 27.5 in pounds and 27,225 in dollars. So same thing. And then somebody spent $20,000 for flight routes. And there's another one that I don't know what this means, but Film ALULA. Oh no, it's an I. Film Aluia may mean something else. I don't know. And then somebody spent $13,000 to buy Wolf247.com.
Wolf247. Okay, so Wolf 24/7. So 24/7 hours a week, yes.
And then Memble. This is a brandable. MEMBLE. Memble. 12,000.
Memble, okay.
Then airports in German sold for 12,000 pounds. Let's say. I can't pronounce it well. Flughafen. I don't know. And then the rest are like Happy Pixel, 10,000, and then 2 4 letters for about 10,000 apiece. OVEO and PPYA. And then this one's interesting. A name, personal name, sold for $10,000. Abdul Rashid, RASHID.
Okay, Abdul Rashid.
Crazy.
And then here's what Sam was talking about. .org. It's a 3-letter .org. KDY 9800. Another 247 name. GX247.com, $9,000. Here's a fund name. Light, LIGHT.fund, 8,600. And then here's one that probably sold for too low too. Kitchensink.com, 8,500. Because that could encompass anything. It's a brand. Everything but the kitchen sink. U.S. contractors, $4,000. Planet Pay, 3,200.
Sorry, what was it? Planet?
Planet Pay, PAY.
It does sound like a trademark.
Yeah, it could
Planet
be. Then this is interesting. Scamrecovery.com. Probably going to execute more scams.
Wow.
Scam Recovery to help people recover their scam money. $3,000.
Okay, that is a good domain name.
Yeah, here's another one not bad. Nowfunded.com. 2,800.
Okay.
Dog for sale with the number 4. How many dogs do they have for sale, I guess? Dogforsale.com, 2,500.
Okay.
This one's okay. This one's a good one if you're going to set up a history site. Intohistory.com, $2,500. That's not bad. And then you've got 4 letters dropping a little here. You have one at $2,000, IFSB. And top country codes, you've got 2E.de, 2E.de, 5,500 pounds.
Okay, so that's EE, yes.
2E. 2,
Oh,
the number
okay.
2 and the
let number 2 and then yes.
E.
E.
.de.
That's interesting.
Yeah, then you've got
Those
capital.
ones usually do not sell.
Capital.tv. CanadaCasinos.ca. Well, that's because casino gambling is legal here now. You can have sites online. This one's interesting for a SEO company. Spider.me. Spider.me. That's not bad. That's not bad if you submit your domain to get auto-indexed, but I think only SEO people know that term for spider. And users won't. Acuity.ch for Switzerland, 3,000 pounds. And then box.art, 6,500.
Okay. That is one of actually the good extensions.
Here's another one, wood.art, WOOD.art, 3,900 bucks. So I mean, there's some interesting ones. And nothing would be complete without software.xyz for $3,500. I don't know, digital's on here too, WEM.digital. That may be good if the public actually knew where to find any of these things and actually typed them in. When was the last time either one of you went to a .digital?
Never.
And again, I always do that test. I always do that test. You can go to the public and ask 10 people what a .digital, or they're all just going to think of .com, .co.uk, or .ca, or whatever country you're in. So that's it. It's a pretty, I'd say, a lame 2 weeks for sales. I would expect we're going to see a lot more in the next 2 weeks. But it's pretty quiet. Pretty quiet. And we went deep into the list here. I'm trying to see what else. This one's interesting, but nobody will ever find this. Crypto.casa, CASA, $5,000 on Sado.
.casa is actually an extension. So house in Spanish.
Yeah. And then Hodler, HODLER.net, 5,600. That's a crypto name.
Absolutely, yes.
And then here's one of those things where the venture capitalists are like Sage.finance, 2,500 bucks.
Sage is a accountancy software.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of them. I mean, it's but they're all varied. Those are low prices.
Would you ever register a domain name just clear Sage?
No.
It is the same as it. Not only the same, it is much even larger than Clearbooks. In Canada, America, I think you mostly use QuickBooks. What do you use? QuickBooks there.
QuickBooks. Sage is like a store here that sells incense and vaporizers type things.
Okay,
It's a big company here.
Okay, Sage is one of the oldest and the largest accountancy softwares. Specializes on warehouses. On once a company reaches certain size, once there are warehouses involved, an old really brand. So Sage.finance is definitely going into that sphere.
That's
Yeah, so
dodgy registering Sage stuff.
Sorry?
No. It's dodgy registering anything with Sage in it because it's a trademark.
Well,
Yes,
unless it's them.
hugely.
I mean, it could be them. Who knows? Let me look.
Maybe they bought it because it was so cheap.
Yeah, well, they have lots of money. Why not? I mean, they could buy all of
Oh
them.
yes, they do have.
Sage.finance. No, it just goes to, ironically, it just goes to a GoDaddy for sale page. So there's always things on this list that don't come over right. I wonder what spider.me is, because that's a decent one. I mean, that would be a really good name to get. But like I said, if I went to a company and said,
yes.
if I went to a company and said, look, we can spider you, they won't know what that means. Spider me, let's see what that is. It is a non-resolving page. It's not resolving.
God, you pay these monies for the.
Yeah. Well, people don't move as fast as some of us do at resolving the names, which is interesting. Anyway, so that's it for the names, the sale names. And there's a Brazil name on there, sarah.com.br, $5,000. It's a name.
And I have acquired maria.pe.
Nice.
How much did you pay for that?
It dropped, and I understand that it did drop. And I got it.
Well, you've got it from hand reg, so there you go.
I'm going to have to see who this Abdul Rashid is that paid $10,000 for his name.
I do plan to put up, yes, a website where you can buy all those two-letter PE names I have for Bitcoin and Maria.
Did you go to a show and you were trying to sell these some names?
Oh yeah, how did that go?
Yeah.
How did that go? It was in Lithuania.
Absolutely horrible. I have to admit. I wasn't prepared. Well, I was kind of prepared, but I had so many other things in my mind, but it was fine. And next year I will continue. As
so,
the market needs to be educated. So I went there. I had 6 square meters, I think. So I had 5 panels, a corner booth, and on each of those panels, I printed out, I think 6 or 7 names. Yeah, 6 names. And I said on the top, I wrote the price, €40,000 for each of the price tag, and then this 2-letter, that 2-letter, that. But it did get some attention.
So I have a good story for you that supports your idea.
Yes.
In the first 5 traffic shows, there was a guy who used to go to the traffic shows. He'd wear a cape, and he'd look ridiculous, and he'd have Post-its or things on every one of the domains that he had all over his body, and nobody ever forgot this guy. And I'm sure he sold some names, and I'm sure he had some great conversations, but he made himself the Post-it board for his domains, and he literally had stickers and Post-its all over every day with different domains he owned.
I really wanted to do the same. That Chinese guy, I always forget his young. I love him. His LinkedIn updates are great. He has this huge 2-letter like ll.com portfolio, and that is what he does as well. He has these T-shirts or hoodies or something with those domain names, and he just.
Well, you have to stand out in order to be noticed, and what you did at that show will stand out. And people will take back ideas. They all may think you're crazy, but they'll walk back and they'll say, geez, I wish I had that hm.ly or whatever it is.
Absolutely. And I had few people. I had this one Lithuanian business owner who have just bought. So their business now is on 5-letter I think 4 or 5-letter.com, and they bought it for 60,000 euros. And he came over and he said, well, we bought our domain name for for 60, I think I could be wrong, 60,000 euros. But he said, but that name is not close to the names you have here.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly.
And
When you
that's-
give out one of those names as your email address, people are shocked.
of
They look
course,
at you and they
yes.
go, "That's it?
Yeah.
Anything else?"
Are these
No.
available at all? Are these available at all? Yes, they
Yeah.
are.
I mean,
Yes,
it's amazing. Sam's having dinner. It's amazing what people, when you give it out, if you give it, you'll see, if you ever have to give out a 2-letter or something, it's like,
Yes.
everyone's like, it's Adam at what? hb.ca? What? That's ridiculous.
And even if though I wasn't really prepared, and
Yeah.
I could do better. The stand was prepared. The domain names were out there. They were visible. You couldn't miss them. And if you saw that, you would remember that. And then we all know that advertising, it works long.
No,
It takes time, a year, 2 years for an idea to kick in. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So next year
plus,
I'll be back. I'll be back next year.
Yeah, you may have to listen. Honestly, if you put those little post-its on some pretty girls walking in bathing suits or some really hunky guys, people would stop and they'd look and they'd listen and they'd pay attention and they would ask questions. They used to do that at all the traffic shows. They would just bring these, even at the parties at night, they'd bring in all these girls just to keep the people entertained. And it was like, that's why half of them stayed. But anyway, it's good marketing. All marketing is good marketing. Bob Parsons told me that. Even if it's negative marketing, it's great marketing. It's free publicity, because then people want to go and see what you do, and they'll go to those domains and those sites. Not that it was negative, but that's what he used to say.
Yes. Sam, are you coming to London on November? The great business show. That is probably the largest and the main UK small and medium business expo in London.
Unless someone's paying me big money, no.
Oh, come on. Somebody has paid you already so much money for a domain name. Come on, just admit it.
I'm retired. I'm retired now. We might be doing negotiations tomorrow, and if that goes through, I'll be on the next bloody plane to Hawaii.
Oh, I thought you were going to say on a plane to London.
Yeah.
Go on. Are you serious? Are you serious? Yeah.
Might be
Sam?
a 6-figure.
Tomorrow. It's negotiation for 6 figures. Yes.
Yeah. See what happens. But I never, until you speak to them, you never know. They might offer you 50 quid.
No, until it's in the bank, you never say anything. You just wait.
Yeah. I think I've lost count of the amount of times, and Adam must have as well, where you get people give out all the figures and then that's it. It just disappears, you know what I mean? Then negotiation goes dead, or they haven't got the money, or, oh, sorry, we didn't realise it was that much. Oh, we shouldn't have offered that much. You know what I mean? I've had every story under the sun. You know what I mean?
So, oh, we thought it was in Kenyan dollars, not in US dollars. Like, what?
Yeah.
So that's only about $20 then. Anyway, all good.
Here's a question. What was your best steal on a domain name? Adam, let's start with you.
All right, best steal means I bought it really
For the best
cheap.
price. Yes.
It's a tough one. It depends if you go by the time, like whether it was early on in my career and I thought, well, this is a really good one, or whether you talking about overall money you made on it. Because if it was learning, when I was learning, it was download.net. I bought it for I think it was like, I don't know, $400 to $800 off eBay and sold it for 100,000 US. So if you're talking about an early one, but I had to keep it for a little bit. If you're talking about something I made money on, I would think Forums was one of the good ones, and sm.com was probably the best one that I sold. So I sold sm.com, paid about 15K for it, and sold it to a company that owns all of the banks and all of the grocery stores in the Philippines, and that was a 7-figure deal, not a 6. So that was probably the best one, but there's been a lot. I feel bad because I did a lot of trading with people when 2letter.coms were valued about 15K. I mean, I own probably about 25 to 30 of them, and I let them, sold them at whatever the market prices were at that time. Not all of them. I still have some, but not many.
Sam, what about you? Your mic is off. Your camera, your awesome camera is on, but the mic is off. You have muted yourself.
What's steal, as in As in, what, bought a domain and sold it?
Yeah. Bought cheap, sold high.
But a funny one I had, because there's so many, where I picked up a domain. I didn't want to pay the normal £7 registration. No, it's not £7 registration. Sorry, I
Here we
didn't
go.
want to pay the normal registration cost through my registrar, which is about £4.95. So there was another company offering to registrations for £1.20. So I went to that company. I hand registered the domain, and it was like something like sports betting, and put on CDO for I think it was £8,000 or whatever it was. And then I had a broker reach out and they said, "Oh, we've had a buyer interested in this. Would you like to sell it?" But they don't want to go £8,000. They'll do 6.5 or something like that. And I said, "Oh, well, no, it's not really enough. Can you make it up to 7 or whatever?" And I might do it. And then they said, "Yep, he's accepted at 7." So that was within a week of owning it. So I paid £1.20 and then £7,000 profit. But that doesn't happen all the time. But I've had, over the years, you do get some crazy sales. Even if you buy a name cheap for a couple of quid and then sell it off for good money. But people have had, hand registered a domain for $5 and sold it for 300,000. So there's people out there that have done crazy stuff.
Yeah.
You just got to be lucky.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to look up. I'd be interested to look up how many of the domains that I sold for high dollars that I hand regged, and it could have been because they were early on, but in my feeling, probably most of them were bought off end users and then resold. Most of the ones that I sold for 6 figures and up, for sure. Even Hulkamania, I bought that for like $100 and sold it for $3,500 or something. So you never know. I mean, but I'm sure most of them I bought off other people. But they were happy with the price they were getting, so it's not like it was a steal. It's a steal for me, I guess. So
that's nice. So maybe you make domains next time in different colors with a cool logo. About the corporate, these are corporate domain names. I wanted them to show that they all belong to one family. Non-aggressive. I chose non-aggressive colors. Blue color. Colors can be different as well, and no logos as well. As that was in Latvia, we have one that is the main IT technology show in Latvia, one annual show, and all the people who are into technologies would be there. We had, I think, 5 different seminar rooms or seminar halls, and there was stuff going on all the time. So basically, if you are in technology, you had to be there. And my stand was just in the very middle, besides the Latvian Chamber of Commerce. Perfect place. It was all good. Yes. But logos, no. Although maybe that's a good idea. Yes. We're going to check that selfie. So is there anything else going on in the domain world? Are you going to some exhibitions or something? Sam, what is going on with Nominate is doing some event, are they?
Yeah, but it's very boring. And they don't look like they're doing a Christmas event. It's just like they've gone back in time. Nominate, they used to do really good events, in
expensive.
Like better events like Up the Shard and a Christmas event and this event, and now it's just all boring talk, and then a little bit at the end, which would be networking, which would be about 45 minutes. Do you think I'm going to travel all the way to London for that? No, because 1, it will cost me first class travel. 2, it cost me hotel. Yeah, I mean, it's just not what. Well, if there's something going on like the London Domain Summit, I'll be there, first class, straight away.
Right.
But like you got to, there's no point in going to something just to get to meet up people and have a free drink. A lot of the guys that go to these nominate events are all based in central London, and they just hop on the train and go to wherever the venue is. But yeah, if you go on, I don't think you're a nominate member, are you?
I'm not. No.
Okay, so if you're a nominate member, you can log into the nominate members forum, and they were having there's a bit of an argument going on in the nominate forum about the event, and some people are not happy some people are not happy that nominate are not doing very good events anymore.
Well, they lost quite a lot of money recently.
Yeah, well, they've still got a lot of money because.
Adam, do you know the story?
No.
Sam?
You tell him the story.
No, go on, Sam.
I can't remember it. Oh, about the
Spyglass.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I didn't listen to the full story, so you know it better than me.
I could Google it faster than getting it from you guys.
Just Google it.
So basically, nominating, as I understand, invested quite a lot of money.
Mhm.
They bought a company, developed it, and it was really, really expensive. In the end, they sold it for $1, I think for $1, to their former employees.
Oh.
And it was a cybersecurity company.
Okay.
Something really, really age-cutting, and but they said it was way too expensive to be maintained. And then it was all ugly. It was all ugly. And then there was a question: does Nominate need to invest money into American companies and stuff like that? I think the name was Spyglass. Yes. And
Cool.
it is supposed to be an organization where the members should make a decision. That's an interesting one. What about Canadian? How is the Canadian domainer community?
Good.
What was the name? Seta? You said yes, or
Sierra.
Sierra. Okay. And
Yeah,
do they
Sierra.
do they do annual events as well?
No, I think just board stuff for board members, and it's completely changed. I don't think they do anything.
Okay. And there is some strange echo. Is it just me or you guys as well? No?
I think Sam was doing something because it's gone now.
Oh, Sam, of course.
I'm winding you up.
Of course. Okay, guys, thank you. It was very nice seeing you back again. My apologies for being so busy.
No problems.
That is my fault. We really need to be. Yes, I need to be more consistent on Mondays. Maybe we'll get back to the horse. Hopefully.
No worries.
Is this a new session Wednesday?
It is an alternative day.
I think we have a new fan, but we'll keep him to himself. Some crazy idiot. Anyway, I'll do. No! Don't do that. Helmuts, don't do that.
Oh dear, no.
So I'll just do a quick promotion after that. I have a course that I'm doing. It's probably going to be the last course I'm launching. It's going to be 100 videos launching on November the 13th. It's $1,000 if you've taken a previous course, $2,000 if you haven't. I'll put the information in here, and if you're interested, I'm only taking 5 people. So I'm not sure it all went through there.
What is that course about?
It's a complete masterclass in domaining, plus running businesses and opening up. It's basically going to cover a lot of stuff that's going to blow your mind, 100 different videos on everything I've done in domaining. But step by step, they're all new videos. Nothing's old, and it's quite a course. So it's going to be, I don't think that's a good link. I'll give you these two. That's one. And if you've taken a course with me, there's a second link. I'll give you the second one. And here it is.
Okay.
There's already 2 people. I'm only taking 5. So that's it.
That's good.
I don't want many. I want to be able to focus on the people I'm dealing with.
It is difficult to.
Yeah, just
Okay.
use the last 2 posts I
Okay.
put in.
Okay, I will put that one here. I went into YouTube and deleted that idiot's comment.
Yeah, he's definitely an idiot.
There is no other word.
Mhm.
Just a moron. Okay.
Yeah, so the first link is the $29.99 is if you haven't taken a course with me yet. The other one is if you have, and it is going to be quite an extensive course, and it's going to be about 4 hours long, and it's going to be you'll have all the videos plus the course and 100 videos covering everything from domain appraisals to domain brokering to the usual stuff, but some new tools on how to find and extract clients and get domains. Really cool stuff. Yeah, if you're not going to, what I said before was, if you're not going to be able to make if you're not hoping to get more than $3,000 a month from your business, then don't come to this course, because this is for people that want to make serious money and more than $3,000 a month. That's it.
Very good. Sam, would you like to promote something? Congratulations on boosting your YouTube channel.
Yeah,
from 5 subscribers to 800 subscribers. Good job.
I've got so many fans though, because Clubhouse, I've got 3,900 members on Clubhouse. So I've got a lot of US guys from Clubhouse across. I did a bit of promotion on Clubhouse, and I spoke to Krista, and she's been spamming my YouTube channel all over. And she's got people from Name Pros and all that. And
yes,
she's going to CloudFest in Germany next year. So she's pretty much on the NamesCon team now.
Yeah, they didn't come from broken.com. These are real people.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but unfortunately, Krista's left Clubhouse because
why?
She deactivated her account because they did a Clubhouse event, and it was on NFTs and digital asset, and hundreds of trolls come in, like started abusing her and saying stuff, and then she just got upset and she deactivated her account. But she will be back, hopefully.
You cannot let the trolls bother you. They're everywhere.
No.
Yeah, everywhere.
There's always some people that, because I know, like, some people are like Web3 and NFTs, and people are talking about decentralize this, and you're either into, people can be into two things. They can be into the .coms, they can be into Web3, and they can be into everything. Like Page Howe, he's into everything. He's into Web3, all of it, unstoppable. Yeah. And domain and normal domain names. Now, there's some trolls out there, and I don't know if you saw Rick, Domain King.
Yeah, about his Twitter.
Yeah, he's private. He's put his account private now because of the ETH guys. They were literally abusing him and then sending him messages again saying,
really?
hello, granddad. You know what I mean?
That's not funny. Listen, the bottom line is he said he was capping it at 10,000, and that was it. And if you're not already in there, screw you. That's what he said, which is fair. I mean, he doesn't need followers right now. He doesn't need to do anything for people.
He doesn't need to do anything. He just tries to educate. .com is king, and yes, .com is king, but there are other kings, and he doesn't like to really go into detail. He says everything is shit apart from .com, but that's not true.
Well, that's what you say when you only have .com. I mean, listen, there's lots of princes out there. They don't all have to be king, but if you own a piece of the pie or a piece of the kingdom, you're good.
So it's quite interesting. But I'm kicking off the YouTube. But
that reminds me, we've got a new king since we last spoke.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
a real king.
The real king.
Now let us wait for the new monies to be printed out.
Yeah.
The coronation is when? In April? May?
I don't know when it's happening, but I'm going to keep my notes pristine, the ones of the Queen.
Yeah, well, they'll be worth something to your grandkids.
What have you got? A 50 note there, have you?
Yeah.
50 note.
Yeah. Well, our Canadian bills are the same. We have the Queen on ours too. Hold on. I'll get one for you.
Is that a real 50 note?
Yeah, of course.
So when
I didn't exchange it, and it is still the paper one.
So here's
you
our.
had to exchange them till the
No,
September.
that's not the queen.
Otherwise, they are unusable.
Actually, no. I was looking at the hundreds and the 50s, and there's no queen. It's somebody else. It's definitely not the queen. But I'll see who that is.
Oh, is that
That's
Canadian?
Yeah, and that's the 50. I don't know what bill the queen's on. I forget. I don't have any of those. It's probably a $1,000 bill or something. Who knows? Oh, I think she's on the 10, if I recall. Now I have to Google it and find out.
Okay. May the 6th is the coronation. Okay.
I'm just checking what bill the queen's on. $20 bill is the queen.
$20.
There you go. See, we play with money all the time. We don't even know who's on the stupid bills. All the time.
Everything is digital these days.
Yeah, I don't carry cash too often anymore. Everything's digital. Everything's cards. So there you go.
Yeah, it's everything cards these days. You know, it's like people go, like there's people outside begging for a donation or whatever. And I'm like, I ain't got any coins.
Yeah.
You know?
And he says, no problem. Just tap it.
Yeah, that's it. That's
He will too.
That's
He's
what
probably
I'm
got the square. He's got the square, and you just tap.
Yeah.
Probably. That's funny.
Yeah, I was actually asked today. So I was talking about Maria coin development, and a person actually was very serious, and he said, "Well, everything today is about tapping. Do you plan to make sure that transactions, crypto transactions, are difficult? They are bloody complicated and difficult, and cards are the simplest things that we have today. Tapping a card is probably the simplest one as well. And there are these business cards you can actually tap as well. Have you seen them? Yes.
No.
So, oh god, black cards, or what are they called? So you would go to exhibitions or somewhere, and those who have the application, so you would just tap a phone, and the phone would save the business card. Tappable business cards.
That's pretty cool.
The services is great, and it was like $100 or something. You get those few cards, and
Yeah, but everybody's got to update their cards, or otherwise it's not good.
but look, but then once you change the details on your card and you have tapped it on 100 devices, you update your card. I understand, and then that information synchronizes on those devices.
So what does it sync by? I mean, if it's email and you switch companies, you go to Coke to Pepsi, how's it going to update?
I would have to look into it.
Because that could be interesting. That would be great for prospecting, because you could find clients that they're using your software, they move to a different company, you can sell them there too. For business, it'd be great.
Yes.
Something to look into.
The tapping thing is really good, and yes, making for us, for all of us three, crypto is super easy, I suppose so. But I've seen really advanced people, engineers, and people who are tech savvy, who are afraid to make a single simple Bitcoin payment. Just really afraid. The addresses are huge. They are not sure what to do. And I've had this case when a really established business guy, tech savvy, asked me to help to make a Bitcoin payment, and not a large one. He just wasn't sure. And what can we ask for ordinary people? Nothing. Domains are much simpler.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not really, because if you look at it, the average person doesn't know how to set up their DNS. They may know how to register it, and they won't even know that. So they can't do anything with it once they buy it. I just sent you a link to the black card that you were talking about. It's done through NFC.
Okay.
It's just a link for you to look at, but it's just a sample one, and they look really nice.
The black ones, yes.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
So almost like an Amex card.
Yes, I was checking that service as well. And what are they? $200, $100, something like that.
These ones are $47.
$47. They had different plans. I think they had.
Yeah, they say they're all anodized, whatever that means, stainless steel.
Yes, and they look cool as well. Yeah,
just a good idea.
Just the question is, if there are enough people with phones who have this app on.
Well, it'll circulate fast. Through industries, it'll go quickly. Obviously, Bitcoin will be one of the, crypto will be one of the ones because they're tech savvy anyway. Most of those will go through there. Maybe domainers, who knows?
But even then, people are not tech savvy enough. Do you actually know how to quickly find a person or how to share contact on the LinkedIn?
How to share a contact?
Yes.
I don't know if I've tried to share a contact.
Okay.
I don't think I've tried.
So let us say you go to an exhibition. Okay.
Oh, share your contact.
Yes. So you would take your phone.
Yep.
You would take your phone and let me open LinkedIn. It would be much greater if you. Okay. So low battery. Okay. That's awesome.
All right. I'll just open mine. Music.
Okay. Good.
Okay, so I'm on my profile.
Yes.
Then where do you go?
So what was it there? Let's search messages.
Yeah, it's very hard to find.
And my network was it?
Have you ever shared a contact on LinkedIn, Sam?
It was.
Oh, I have it. I have it now. Share
it-
profile via message.
No.
But that's my own, not a contact.
No. There was a simpler one. Okay, here you go. This is the front page. This is the front
Okay.
page. You would go here.
Okay.
You would go to the main one. Then
Yep.
you would click on the top where is search.
Okay.
There is search.
Yep.
And look now in the corner you would see QR code.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, I got
And you would go.
I got it.
Yep.
I can't see it. It's not focusing. Your camera's crap.
Yeah.
Mine's focused.
Yes. Yes, my
Yep,
one is.
I see it.
And
Oh,
this
and the
is,
scan is there too.
and,
So if I wanted to scan yours.
besides there is scan, and you can scan
Yeah.
that QR code, and that's it. So they've made it really it is kind of simple, but still it is hidden.
Yeah, I would never have known that, to be honest with
Yes.
you. I'd have to Google where it was.
And then once you go to an exhibition, it is that simple. Hey, have you got LinkedIn? Yes. Okay, let us quickly exchange it.
Why
Search.
don't you just say give him your email address? You don't even need a business card.
It's easier to
And-
tap
but-
those
but-
black cards.
Yes, but absolutely. The black cards are perfect, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Mm.
Plus, I'm sure there's an app. You won't even need the card. You'll be able to tap the app on your phone, and that'll send it over.
Exactly. And then
You won't even need. But the card looks good to keep to show people.
Yes. So that is good. All they need is to have just a critical mass of people using that app.
Sam's doing an ad for Kirkland Price Club
There you go.
Costco water.
Yes.
If you want to buy water from Costco,
Somebody buy a glass to
It
Sam.
says Colvatten on it. Colvatten. He's trying to show his camera, and it looks pretty good. Is it auto-focusing? Because it said Colvatten. There it is.
there you go.
Oh, wow,
nice,
that's focused.
Nice. Oh, yes.
Sam, what camera is that you bought?
So it's a Sony.
Oh, he's got Alpha.
Yeah,
Oh, Sony Alphas. Yes.
it's nice. Yeah,
I'm going to have to get a new camera now. I don't know if I want to be so clear, though.
yeah. That's the thing. You see all your bloody wrinkles with the clearness.
I think you're fine.
Okay, guys. It was very, 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 very nice talking to you. And so today we have October 19th.
26th.
Yes, and the next
Okay,
one is
24th.
24th.
I'm taking the day off on the 24th, so I won't be around the 24th.
On 26th, I have a daughter's birthday. We're going bowling.
So you want 25th or 27th? Or we can figure it out later, whatever you want.
Let us think. 25th.
Okay.
So 24th doesn't work for you, no?
No, I'm taking my wife and daughter to Buffalo. We're going shopping for the day.
Yeah.
It's the one time I've gone in years, so
Okay.
I took it off.
Bang. Well, if you haven't sold enough domain names, then it's like, honey, we have this. we have this live stream.
No, we'll be eating at the
Yeah.
Olive Garden because we haven't sold enough domain names or something else. The food court.
I've already done the Christmas shopping.
No, it's not Christmas shopping. It's they want some fall clothes.
We've already done it.
They want fall
Have you
clothes.
done? No, that's good. Shopping is great. Shopping is great.
You just never know. There might be a delivery strike.
What can I? It's only Monday. It's like a couple days away. I'm not too worried.
I have actually, I have to admit, I have missed with all this workaholic thing. I have missed a few birthday parties. My
That's what I
kids.
said. You have to balance. You have to balance because the kids will remember it.
That is,
And you're not ever going to say to yourself, I
That's
wish
not
I
good.
worked an extra day.
That's
Never.
No.
disgusting. Helmut.
Absolutely.
You
Yes,
should never
absolutely.
miss a birthday party.
And then, yeah. I know.
He means if there's alcohol, I think.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And then you have some silly live stream or something. Come on.
Come on. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Nope.
No. Kids and their birthdays come
Yeah.
first.
You've got to make sure you get to everyone.
Okay. And thank you for another really great
Thank
stream.
you.
Adam, congratulations on your success.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sam, congratulations on your success yet that you did not share today.
Yep. Thank you very much.
We are going to do a live stream about that, yes?
We will do. Yep.
Maybe on Friday?
Maybe.
Maybe Saturday morning?
Yeah.
There is one coming. There is definitely one coming.
Yeah. I'm
Sam,
hoping,
at least come on, buddy. Spill some details. Come on.
I'm hoping to seal another deal, and then we can do the whole shebang in one go.
But you said that once the second one is done, you are going to Hawaii.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I'll be allowed.
To do live streams on the plane. I do agree.
Should we just hire a private jet and do a domain event?
Sounds good.
Las Vegas?
Lost London.
I think just the three of us should go to Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, God, that'd be dangerous.
No, it'd be fun.
Yes,
We wouldn't be the
and
only three guys that went there, believe me.
Yeah.
And yes, Adam, please start looking into the January, the first weeks of January coming to London.
Okay. Well, I can look at it and book it.
We will definitely do something at Yamsa. Maybe a 1-day event.
What's the
Small
date?
one.
And I'll arrange it. 'Cause that one I can do right away.
I need to talk to Nathan.
Okay,
from
just let
above
me
the
know when
top.
you know. It's fine.
Yes. Sam, when you talk to Nathan, can you ask him to ping me or something?
Haven't you got him connected on LinkedIn? I can send him a message.
If you can send him a message, yes. I'm over connected on LinkedIn. I'm actually thinking on. I'm trying to. I want to go on LinkedIn diet. I want to delete like 95% of my connections.
Really?
Useless, absolutely useless connections. Yes, it is like Facebook. On Facebook, you have 5,000 friends, and then when the real people that you care about share something, you don't see that stuff.
Right,
Yeah, that's true.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
LinkedIn's
But-
like a bloody. It's just crazy. People are posting about their whole life on there. It's like it's a business thing. It's not a bloody.
Absolutely.
Oh, I've been to Prezzo's today and then a point. And
Well, maybe those are your connections.
Oh
Sam.
yeah, sorry. That's me.
But the thing about LinkedIn, you cannot go on LinkedIn diet. As once you go on LinkedIn diet, once you are not connected to enough people, you cannot start sending messages to people you are not connected to through one or another connection.
Unless you have the premium.
Unless you pay premium, yes. Sam, we don't pay premium.
No, premium's too much for me.
Maybe
The main
after the sale.
for 120. Even then.
No, I wouldn't pay premium even if I was a millionaire.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's extortionate, the price.
It is expensive, but Sam, it is good.
Have you got
It
premium?
is. I have had premium. It is so good. Once
I use it.
At this moment, Sam, all my numbers are on the whiteboard everywhere in Google Sheets and somewhere. I follow the financials. Therefore, I do not have LinkedIn Premium. All the survey expenses, everything. Like otherwise, everything will go shebang.
Yeah.
But LinkedIn Premium, especially, you would do LinkedIn Premium, and then you would do some automatization software.
Right.
Oh my God! Yes, absolutely. Uncomparable. It is like It is like to compare mathematics of 2 + 3, and then do some complicated formulas. It is the difference is uncomparable. LinkedIn Premium is superb. especially if you add some software.
Okay, interesting. I don't really use LinkedIn that much, to be honest.
But then, and then again, what Adam said, that's the main thing. You can reach anybody. Yes, Adam?
Yeah, that's the truth. You can
Is
reach
is that how you
second
sell domains?
contact.
You
No.
sell domains through LinkedIn, no?
No, I have. I can tell you, I've reached out to contacts who came in through Dan and talked to them directly a couple times just to try to negotiate price.
Yeah.
But I never pulled them off of Dan. I just
Right.
negotiate with them and then send them back. So yeah, I mean it's good for that. But no, I haven't sold many domains through LinkedIn.
I have done business through LinkedIn.
Okay.
I have done to business just through LinkedIn with people.
But business is different than domain, so
Yeah.
right.
And domains are business as well.
Yeah, it's still good either way. If you get
Yes.
clients or you get money out of it, it's worthwhile.
Absolutely.
It's not that expensive. If you make money. If you don't, then forget about it.
Well, Sam has different thoughts. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for watching. And then maybe on 25th, let us see. Maybe a bit later, maybe half an hour later than we usually start.
Whatever you want, I'm good.
Yeah, I have a Tuesday Zoom meeting usually.
Okay.
It's much better.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate talking to you guys.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you. Have a good night, all.
Yeah, you too.